Hi, Mr. Angus Wangus here. Just wanted to make a very short video to show or talk about comparison of this Ed Leedskalnin type effect that I figured out from nuances studying his material and things. Compare that to the ThaneHeins effect. The ThaneHeins effect was completely dependent on impedance and frequency. A certain frequency needed to be achieved, speed of the wheel, in order for the effect to kick in. I want to point out this effect kicks in right from the very start. If I engage that coil and start the wheel right from when I start it, that effect starts kicking in. It's very, very hard to show on video without making 5 videos back to back, but you gotta trust me. Now I want to point out that this wheel goes about 300 RPMs as an estimation. Not much more, not much less. 300 RPMs with 12 magnet positions. Whatever that frequency calculation turns out to be. It's low. I already know it's low. I haven't figured it out. I haven't calculated it yet. There's no need to, really. The other thing I want to point out is that this coil set here measures to 30 ohms. 30 ohms, that's very low. It's not high impedance, maybe is a better way to put it. It's not high impedance. So I have a low frequency, a low impedance, and I get the effect right from the start when I start the wheel. This is different from ThaneHeins effect. Or perhaps it's a full manifestation of the effect. Perhaps Thane was only getting half or part of the effect with his setup. But this setup, you get the effect right from the start when you start the wheel, when it's going very slow, right up till it builds up to its full potential for the coils that you've built. Now, the fella YouRogga is also doing the same experiments. I really appreciate it, and watch those closely. Now, he's made his coils high impedance from the start, very wisely, because he's watched the ThaneHeins effect in the past. I didn't have enough very, very, very fine wire to do that. And also, when I made this coil, I chose the bigger secondary wire from those microwave oven transformers on purpose. I wanted something that wasn't huge gauge, but I also wanted something that, you know, wasn't tiny, because I wanted to determine, I wanted to know what was going on. If I made that coil very, very high impedance, I would have some wondering in comparing this effect to the ThaneHeins effect. But I really feel I don't wonder. You know, this is either different or it's a full manifestation. Because I have a low frequency with a low impedance, and the effect kicks in when I first start the wheel. So there you go. I know I've done the ThaneHeins effect in the past as well. My coil was 920 ohms when I got that effect at 550 RPM. Very small effect as well to go with that. But wanted to point that out. I feel it's very, very important for helping people understand what's going on here. There's a bit of a confusion I've seen in comments and other videos. And like I said, I've done the ThaneHeins effect with a coil that is 920 ohms in the past, and I understand how to calculate the ThaneHeins effect. But I'd be really interested if someone could show me a calculation using the impedance and frequency that I gave here. I don't know what the exact frequency is. I haven't calculated it out, but 12 magnet positions, approximately 300 RPM with a 30 ohm 30 ohm coil. So these coils are bucking back and forth is what's happening. And the effect starts right from the beginning. I thought it was important to make this video. If someone could calculate the effect with the numbers I just gave you for my wheel and show me that it's ThaneHeins, you know, that would be great, but I don't think it's going to happen. But it would be great. If you can do that, please do in my comment box. But I predict it won't happen. I encourage people to do this and try it. Show yourself. Because we prove things to ourselves, you know. It's impossible to prove anything to anyone. This is how the scientific method works and operates, is that you must prove things to yourself. So the more people who try this, the better. I've showed you how to wire it in past vids. It's very, very simple. You don't have to make a circuit or anything. Just wind up the coils and wire them together like I showed you. So there you go. Hopefully that clears things up. Please discuss in the comments if you want to, but you know, please keep the comments to an intelligent discussion without insisting or implying on my setup here, especially if you haven't tried it yourself. Anyways, I'm all for the advancement of understanding what's going on here, but I'm also all for avoiding the confusions that will come with it. But bottom line, I encourage you to try this yourself and study it, because a 300 RPM wheel with 12 magnets and a 30 ohm coil does not fit the description of the ThaneHeins effect, as well as starting up right from the beginning, never mind the 300 RPM. There you go. Leedskalnin versus ThaneHeins. But anyways, now I know YouRogga made his coils very intelligently high impedance, and he gets the better effect. I'm not saying that impedance and frequency don't have a synergistic effect on the effect, but it's not completely dependent on it. This wheel goes slow, my impedance is small, and I think a higher impedance will give you a better effect. I agree with that, but this isn't the same. This isn't dependent on the frequency or the impedance. It works either way. I've done it with big wire, and I'm going to again today, and I'll make a video of it. But there you are. Little comparison and thoughts. Take care, and I'll be back later.